And we have major breakthroughs in the library case. Once again, huge shout out to John Deaton. Some people are saying the judge said LBC sold in the secondary market is definitely not a security. He didn't say that. So we're getting a little bit of clarification from John Deaton, okay, on what the judge actually said. He said his order does not apply to secondary market sales, and he's not going to issue the injunction sought by the SEC, which arguably included secondary sales. Okay, so let's play this clip right here from John Deaton, and we'll let him explain this situation. But a major victory. John Deaton forcing the hand of the SEC. We absolutely love to see it. Crypto Eddie sharing this one. Attorney Deaton brings a victory home for the entire crypto ecosystem. God bless you, John Deaton. Let's hear what he has to say.
We all know how the SEC loves for it to be vague so that they have maximum prosecutorial options available to them. So that's why we got involved and said, listen, that's disastrous. You still please have to address this secondary market issue. And then he did something great. He basically looks over at the SEC and says, you agree, right, with him that, imagine that. I want everybody to imagine that a judge looking over at the SEC attorney saying, you agree with Deaton, right? They weren't that happy about it. And the judge said, you got to make a commitment. And he said, let's use an example. And he said, library sold to an investment club who took the LBC and put it in cold storage, a direct sell. The judge said, I found that to be an unregistered securities offering. And you agree with me, right, SEC? And they go, yes. Then the judge said, but if Flipside sells it to someone else in the secondary market, independent of library, you got to agree that that's not, my order doesn't apply to that scenario. And that's the victory that we got. The SEC had to concede that on the record in real time. Then he looked at me and said, Amicus, he goes, I'm going to make it clear that my order does not apply to secondary market sales. This hearing today, if you think we're getting regulations from Congress soon, then this hearing's irrelevant, right? Because Congress will give us our clarity. If we're not going to get any clarity from Congress, there's not going to be some legislation that says something that defines a security or not a security, if the CFTC has it or whoever. If we're not going to get that for a couple of years, then this hearing was extremely important.
And there you have it, folks. John Deaton explaining what went down. And this is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic to see. This is a major breakthrough, and this is going to apply to the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit as well. Now, continuing on, our good friend Reggie Middleton, we just had him on the show a couple weeks ago. Reggie Middleton chimes in regards to John Deaton. He says, you have earned my respect more than once over. Kudos and congratulations. You are one of the most effective securities law counsels that I know. Guess what, y'all? He's not a securities lawyer, just a damn good lawyer. So a huge amount of respect being shown by Reggie Middleton. Huge breakthrough in regards to the library case not impacting. No motion from the judge, no clarity from the judge. No motion against the secondary sales of library tokens in the case of library versus SEC. So they are just going after the library tokens that were sold by the library company. So that clarity, guys, gets applied to the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, right, as well. Major victory for library token holders. And I think that the same precedent can be applied to the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the clarity that we've been waiting for. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.